Hello, everybody. Hayden Klein here from HK Digital Reviews. I'm here with you today for a review of Lil Nas X's EP 7. Now, Lil Nas X, culture sensation right now, basically known by everybody that lives at least in the United States, maybe even in the UK. Who knows? Who knows how far his influence has gone now? But as of recent, he's been loved and hated by a lot. Um, Mainly because of the song Old Town Road. Old Town Road being an absolute smash hit right now in 2019. You know, with Billy Ray Cyrus coming on and the whole debacle if it's a country song or not, which I don't know. I think the banjo like sample and the lyrics that pertain to country type of culture kind of makes it at least in the realm of country. I mean, it's not just country, obviously. It's like a country trap fusion. It's not like it's just straight country that you would usually hear. But to say that's not country in any way, shape, or form is pretty, I guess, ignorant, I guess, in a way to think of it. But I can, I guess, see why people don't see it that way. But, well, anyways, there's no denying the success of this track. So obviously, people were kind of waiting for this EP to come out to see exactly what does this kid have. Surely he can't just be country trap. There's no way that that's just gonna be his only style. He has to have some more regular trap songs and stuff like that. And which he showed that's the case a little bit with the track Panini that he released the day before that this one was, or not this one was, but the EP was released. So, and I was pretty impressed by that track. I did enjoy the production on that track a lot. I enjoyed his voice. I think the hook slash chorus of the song was actually just as good, if not better than Old Town Roads. And really the only problem I have with it is that it's just so damn short that this song is not really complete. To be honest with you, the song definitely could have used a little bit more, I guess, well, length. It just needed more length. If I think with more length, I would have been satisfied with the track, but nah, with a minute and 56 seconds, it's just not long enough at all. So going into this EP, and after I decided to just have in mind that he's gonna probably be all over the place. He may have something that's more commercial that people are just gonna grab onto. So that's kind of what I expected going into this EP. And after listening to this the first time, I have to say I was pretty impressed by the versatility that Lil Nas was showing on this project. I didn't expect to hear a pop punk song on here. I didn't expect to hear an alternative rock slash grunge type of song on here. I was very shocked. I also didn't expect to hear a rap song go from starting off sounding like a old westerny southern tune to a grunge filled trap banger on here too, which we also got. So going through the highlights here real quick, we have Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus, which I adore the track still. I listened to it a bunch of times. I still think the track's fantastic. From the sample use of Nine Inch Nails, the industrial rock giant that group is, or I just should say just that guy is, because it's just mainly Trent Reznor up until recently when he acquired a new guy. But anyways, off a song that's not relatively known by most Nine Inch Nails fans, off an album that's kind of, again, not really known by most uh, music fans in general. I mean, it's known, but not to the extent that mainstream would know. It's just I thought that was pretty impressive. Plus the drums in it are pretty great. I like the bass line that's on it. The production's overall really well. I like Lil Nas's voice on this. I think his vocals are fantastic. I like the country draw that he has on the verses on this track. Billy Ray Cyrus's feature makes the song about 10 times better in my opinion. I was actually very shocked by that. Didn't expect to think that Billy Cyrus feature in 2019 was going to make me happy in any way, shape, or form, but I ended up doing so. So I was pretty happy with that, and because of his feature, it made the song over 2 minutes in length when the original was not. It made me feel like that song wasn't complete either, but with Billy Ray Cyrus on here adding another verse, it made the song feel complete. So I'm really happy with this track. It's an absolutely fantastic track. Um, Another highlight I have on here is the track Panini, which I already talked about a little bit. Again, I absolutely love the production on this. On the chorus and hook, I love how the production, the drums, and the synths and stuff like that fade in the background, let Lil Nas and his slightly out of tune voice carry this entire part of the track, which actually sounds fantastic. I absolutely love the sound of the hook on this song. Could talk about it for days how much I love it. But then again, it's just so short. It's just not a completed track. It really isn't. It's just not and remotely completed. It needed at least another verse and maybe the chorus again, or have a bridge of some sort, or a refrain or something like that. Then go back to the chorus. Just I think it was structured better. And the final track on this EP that I can say I absolutely loved was the track Rodeo, which actually features Cardi B, of all people. This is the track I was talking about, how it kind of starts off with like this southern, like guitar sounding lead. Like you would hear in like a Western movie of some sorts, like maybe like not like an old timey, but like 80s or 90s Western movie kind of deal. And then it transforms into this really grunge like kind of guitar when the bass and the drums hit in and the rest of the production as well. And Lil Nas's low voice in the hook slash chorus of this song is pretty fantastic. I love it a lot. It's actually kind of an excellent delivery. His verses, or his verse, I should say, is not bad. Lyrically, it's not that bad either. He flows it pretty well. Um, there is one lyric on here that I'm a little bit, I don't know, thrown off by because I just kind of found it funny. It's he's talking about at one point in the track, something at a party, let's leave. We're gonna go back to my place and have some sex. In fact, that's basically literally what he says. And I don't know, listening to rap music as much as I have in the past year now that I've finally started to like rap music, and the amount of times I've heard metaphors for doing the dirty, to hear it just plain simply said like that makes me laugh. I'm just kind of, I'm like, you could have come up with something a little different there, maybe. I mean, personally, I don't know what I would have came up with, but I just kind of feel like it just seems silly to actually say it just like that. And because of that, just makes me think, oh, he's not gonna have, he's just planning on going back to the house. They're not gonna have a lot of sex, just gonna have a little bit, not a lot, not nothing too big. May go back to the party or not. We're just gonna be here, go there, maybe have some sex. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. You're not gonna do the whole thing. You're just gonna have some of it. It's like kind of like eating a cake. I'm not gonna get the whole thing. I'm just gonna have some of it. That's just kind of how the context I put in now whenever I hear something like that. But that's just me. And Cardi B's feature on here is actually pretty decent as well. And there's also a line here though that she says that I'm also just kind of like shaking my head when she says I'm hard like armadillo. The line itself is not that bad, but the way she like says it, I don't know. It's just so corny sounding. It's just so corny sounding. But really, that only little line is really the only problem with that feature. Besides that, I enjoy it. Now, as for songs I really like, that's where it ends. And this is an 8-track EP with Old Town Road on your choice. Yeah, I didn't mention that before. Old Town Road's on your choice. Why? In the creative sense, why? Why is that a thing? But anyways, moving on. We have the song "Family, You and Me." This actually had Travis Barker from Blink 182 fame on the production for this track, and this is the pop punk track I'm talking about, which I actually didn't expect because I know Travis Barker to do hip hop as well. Even before I started listening to hip hop, I did know that he did do hip hop stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. He did that, so that's what I was kind of expecting on here. But no, it's legitimately a pop punk track. That's really what it is, and it's not bad. I do like Lil Nas's voice a little bit on it, but it just seems pretty plain to me. It's not like anything special. I mean, it's a little different from what you would usually hear from pop punk, but there's still just not much of like incredibleness or wow, this is going to stick out in the pop punk genre. Because if you listen to pop punk, excuse me there, and you listen to the song, you're not going to think of anything like it's anything special. You're like, alright, cool, move on. And maybe this isn't pop punk necessarily. It's maybe a little bit, deeper than what most pop punk is. What I mean by that, it's like the tones of the instruments are a little bit smaller. Or not smaller, but lower, smaller. How does that make sense? Anyways, moving on from that, we're gonna talk about the next track here, "Kick It," which has actually got maybe I don't know if the best, but some of the best production on this EP. Honestly, the weird like vocal lines in the background that accompanies like the beat is interesting. I think it adds kind of like a beautifuln's actually to the song. It's like psychedelic like if you'd like to listen, if you listen to like a Travis Scott track, honestly, you'd probably get that kind of vibe from this song if you listen to Travis Scott a lot, I should say. And it's it's not bad when it comes to that department, but his vocals and lyrics on this track are definitely subpar for what we've heard to this point in the album. Like he just kind of like I don't know. It's just like the flow, I guess, of his voice, even though it's not like a rap song, so talking about flow isn't necessarily a big thing. It just doesn't really flow well at all. It just kind of like it's just like he's just there trying to deliver this part, and he's not doing it the best to his abilities. And like again, the vocals aren't the best. They're very out of tune, too out of tune for Lil Nas. When he has a little out of tune on his voice, he actually sounds really good. When he has a lot though, he just sounds bad. You know, he's like he's just trying to become part of the whole Travis Scott, T Pain, Future collective, or even Young Thug. Although Young Thug's kind of in his own universe over there, so you set him aside. But still, that's just what I think about this track. And then moving on down, we have "Bring You Down," which when I first heard the first 5 seconds of this thing, I got scared. I actually got pretty scared because the first thing it reminded me of was Kid Cudi's "Speeding Bullet to Heaven," which I do not recommend that album to anybody who has a sense of liking rock music or music in general. And at first, that's what it sounded like. I'm just like, oh no, please, for the love of God, can we not have this on your basically your breakthrough EP? But thankfully, he actually kind of brings it back around and makes it sound pretty cool. Then I started to appreciate the gritty bass that was going on there throughout most of the track, and I enjoyed the instrumentation, even though it wasn't anything special. That's another problem. He's doing all this versatility type things, and but he's not going to a creative sense with it. He's just kind of like holding himself back, maybe just because he knows what his fan base is right now. He knows that his fan base is just gonna think it's just so cool that he's doing different stuff. And I agree, it's cool, but I think that honestly he could do a lot more. And maybe he will in the future. Maybe he will be more creative in the future with this stuff. Just with this EP, I'm just not seeing that. And then finally, we basically end this EP off. I'm just gonna say it should have ended off here because Old Town Road is actually the final track, the original without Billy Ray Cyrus, for whatever reason. But we had the song "Closure" you like, which is like this dance hall type of song with some R&B in it as well. And it's the beat itself is pretty nice. Production's pretty good too. But Lil Nas's voice is not good here at all. It's not. He's just trying to do all these vocal inflections, just going up and down, while singing, and it's just, it kind of grates on the ears a little bit, and it kind of makes this whole song kind of just seem out of place and a little bit odd. But I don't know. That's just what I think about that, and really, it ends up being my least favorite song on this entire project because of the fact his vocals just even though he's trying to do something cool with his vocals, it just doesn't work out. And the beat is just okay. It's not anything great. The production also is just okay. So there it is. And that's basically it for this EP. Just some side notes I had about this is that all the songs are super short. The longest one was Rodeo at 2 minutes, I think 39 seconds long. And he even made a little meme kind of thing on Twitter saying that the reason why all of his songs are short is because he wants more streams. Which worries me because I hope more artists don't start going in that limelight, but I know they will. But I think he's limiting himself because of this. He's just trying to get streams. Because when you're an up and coming rapper, you do kind of have to make money any way you can. That's the best way you can do it, to be honest with you, is to get the most streams. Because streaming, sadly, is taking over the entire music world. So, which I understand. I stream music too, but if I really like something, I make sure I go out and actually buy it. That's just, I guess that's just my prerogative. I don't know. But anyways, and also he has stupid potential. He really does. If he's gonna be this versatile throughout his entire career, he could really create some fantastic projects if he just decides to not limit himself to writing 2 minute long songs, or not limiting himself to what you can hear in the mainstream for each one of these genres. So I'm just kind of like on the fence on how much I like this EP because of it. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. So, Lil Nas X-7, I think for score on this EP, I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. Again, could have been better, but there's no question with what he did, it could have been a lot worse. So I'll definitely give him credit for that. But don't put the same song essentially on your EP twice. Just don't. There's no point for that. Alright, well, anyways, thank you all so much for watching this. If you liked what you have seen here today, please like, comment about this video, comment about the music. Do you like this EP? Do you think it's trash? Do you think Lil Nas X is overrated? Do you think it's potential? You know, all that stuff. Just feel free to talk about it in the comments below. Subscribe if you like what you see. And I don't think I have much to say. I plan on doing more reviews this way. I can't wait to do more video reviews. I have a couple albums that I'm going to probably look into more that I heard last night that I'm excited for. One band, I think it's called Black Midi from the UK, math rock band. Just heard their debut album last night, pretty great. There's a rapper named Mike who's doing some abstract hip hop that I'm definitely going to get into and definitely review on here once I get the chance. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and everybody please have a good day.